All right, next up is Zahra Aljabri, founder of Mode-Sty.
Hi, my name is Zahra Aljabri, and this is my pitch. I founded Mode-Sty, an e-commerce website for modest women. We provide a one-stop shop of modest fashion sourced from designers around the globe. We all know how empowering a great outfit can be, but for many modest women, finding great clothes is just difficult. There's limited options, it requires multiple shopping trips, and usually a tailor. Mode-Sty is solving this problem by making it our mission to listen to women and respond to their needs, offering them clothing that matches their lifestyle. All women deserve the option to be beautiful without being revealing. We're making the fashion trends attainable for modest women. Check us out at modesty.com, www.mode-sty.com. Making fashionable attainable for every woman. Sorry. I'm fine. Seeing yourself on video is the worst. I started Mode-Sty for 2 reasons. The first reason was to cater to a neglected segment of the market who was looking for beautiful fashion that matched their values. And in doing so, change the conversation around modesty. It doesn't mean dull, unflattering clothing, and it doesn't mean that you don't care about fashion or that you're oppressed. In fact, the decision to dress modestly is just as powerful and liberating a choice as the decision to be more revealing. In both cases, women are taking ownership of their bodies. Thank you. The second reason I started Mode-Sty was because as a Muslim woman and a woman of color, my values are often portrayed as other and different. And through Mode-Sty, I've been able to bring together women of different faiths and backgrounds to have a conversation that starts on our shared love of modesty, because I bring them in through a pop-up shop, but ends up showcasing that our differences are far outweighed by our similarities. We're all facing similar parenting, relationship, career struggles, and by bringing women together to have these conversations, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, Mormon women are discovering that these barriers are coming crashing down. And my hope is to continue with my pop-up shops and growing our community so that our voices of unity and community can drown out the voices of hate that are trying to divide us. Thank you. So I'm asking you all today to support access to fashion, access to options, and access to the choice to define beauty on our own terms.
I'm going to try to mispronounce every company as they come out. All right, thoughts, guys. Ty?
So many thoughts. Congratulations to you. I think that this is a wonderful idea and it's very, very timely. I wanted to ask you about the competitive landscape because there are a few sites out there that do something similar. So I want to know your research and why you thought this was a great idea right now.
Yeah, if you are a modest dresser, you might be familiar with a lot of different modest fashion brands that are available. And so it is quite a competitive landscape. However, right now it tends to be really focused in on different religious groups. So there's Muslim fashion brands and Jewish fashion brands and Mormon fashion brands, Pentecostal, every group has a brand that's started usually by a faith group because the need is so strong. And I am the only one that's really made it not about faith and really about the clothes because it's a universe. I mean, Kate Middleton, for example, there's the Kate effect, which is what happens when she wears an outfit and it's affordable and it sells out and crashes, the company's website. And it's more than just that she's beautiful and has great style. A lot of her clothing is very conservative and modest, and it's hard to find these beautiful, timeless pieces that make you look great and also showcase your style. And that's really what women are craving. So the focus, my competitive advantage is that I'm focused on catering to fashion and that it's beautiful and that coverage is almost secondary. whereas other people are tending to focus on the coverage, and so the style may not be as cute. And obviously, we want to look cute.
What's the pricing of some of the fashion? Are you like, what are you gearing it towards?
Yeah, my price point averages around the $100 mark, and I try and keep everything under $200. I really want it to be in the mainstream, Zahra, H&M kind of area, because as you get to higher price points, it's easier. If you can afford to shop at Saks and Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus, there's a lot more modest options than if you're at Forever 21.
Can I ask, how have you found, and first of all, you did a brilliant job, and this is such a cool idea, and it's really great that you have a very clear sense of what is distinct about your business, which is that you start with the fashion, as opposed to it being, right? And you really did a fantastic job, so.
Thank you.
How have you found the press? Because I could see this is such a great story, and the way you tell it specifically, though. So yes, there might be a lot of competitors, but you tell it in such an effective way, and I think you have a point that would be so appealing. How have you found the press, or have you made that a focus in terms of pitching? Because it could be so hard getting in as a startup. You can't just send a press release. That's one of the things I found as an entrepreneur. It's very challenging. Everyone will say, oh, you should get that story in such and such magazine. And you're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Do you know the editor? So I'm just curious how that's been for you, though. So what's the press path been like for you?
Yeah, press has been a bit challenging because when they see me, they want to just, modest fashion, Muslim women, and just tell that story. And when I want to make it more inclusive, they're like, well, tell me more about what Muslim women are doing. And I'm like, well, can we talk about all women, all people who dress modestly? And so it's been kind of tricky. But recently, just last month, we were featured in USA Today, which I was really excited about. And in that case, I had met someone at a conference who was the business development person at USA Today, and they connected me to the newsroom. And so I had a lot of say in kind of shaping the story because I brought it to them. And so in that case, I was able to make it more inclusive, and I am a multi-brand boutique. So I had them cover some of the brands from the different religions to show how it is multi-faith and talk about it in the way that I described it here.
And I'll tell you one other way to go. So if you find it hard to get into that form of press, you can start with business press. I think Inc. magazine, places like that where they're really interested in stories of people starting new kinds of businesses, because what you'll find is if you can get that press, sometimes consumer press will lead off of the stories that are getting traction in business press, and I could see you doing that. So that's another one. I wouldn't shy away from reaching out to places like Inc. and Forbes and some of those places. Right. And also the women-led company, it is a very, very, it's a good hook right now. It's interest to a lot of people. So that might be another option for you.
Yes, and one thing I'm also very excited is that I started writing for Refinery 29, and so, yeah.
Perfect, very smart, you got it.
Yeah, besides press, how are you looking to market out and get your consumers right now? Or word of mouth, what is the plan?
Yeah, marketing has been mostly word of mouth. I do pop-up shops and hosting different events and attending events like these. And then a lot of social media. Pinterest has been a great source for me. I have over 15,000 followers on Pinterest, and I really connect with the community there. Women who are looking for modest fashion or who dress modestly. Does anyone dress modestly or would identify themselves in that way? It's something you're really conscious about and you're actively searching for. And so these women are online, direct traffic from Google and Pinterest are my number one and two ways to get customers, and it's because people are typing in dress with sleeves, long skirt that's, fully lined, things like that.
So I'm kind of curious about just who is designing the fashions. Do you have do you work with a stable of designers, or is it one-offs, and how do you do that?
I work with a staple of designers, and I carry their brands in our store, and then I also produce my own label. Yeah.
Very cool.
My goal is to build to be the nasty gal or mod cloth
I was
for
gonna say you're
modest
like the
fashion.
nasty gal for modest
The opposite.
The irony is not lost.
Those
The
words have
modest
never
nasty
been
gal.
heard in the same sentence
Modest
before.
gal.
There we
The
go.
modest nasty
Okay.
gal,
I know y'all have more questions. We can talk more to her backstage.
Cool.
Zahra, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.